Hello and welcome to another episode of Anime Alone Short Flight. Today we're covering episode 20 of Ragna Crimson. And if you've been following me up to this point, you know that I read the manga along with every episode. And today we're going to be covering chapters 46 and 47. This is the end of volume 9. And just like every other episode, we're basically following this perfectly. Everything is the same. There's one small difference. I think I'll get into that in a minute. But first, let me say this was an amazing episode. A lot of stuff happened. We got a lot of information. We got a little bit of action. And most importantly, we're building up to an even better episode next time. And I'll explain that one at the end of this episode because I kind of read ahead just a little bit, but it doesn't mean much because we all know what's going to happen next anyway. So there's one small difference that I might have caught in the manga. I don't remember this being in the anime, but Chimera was talking, and she was just explaining her tail a little bit more. Her tail's name is Hibi-san, and that this tail knows Crimson better than Chimera does. Doesn't really mean much, but I don't remember that anime, so this might have been something different. Some other information that was really nice to hear, the old swordsman, when he was having that quick little duel with Ragna, it was really nice that they had that moment together even. But the big takeaway from that is that Ragna needs to continue pushing himself so that everyone else can push themselves. And something that we all saw in this episode is that Ragna wants to be even better than his future self was. So can't wait to see that because we already know his future self is a badass. So if he's going to be better than that, I can only imagine what's going to come out of this series afterwards. In that same area with the old swordsman, we got a quick view of Leo. Remember Leo from like 20 episodes ago almost? Yeah, we haven't seen her in a long time, but we got to see that, if he works on himself, other people can work on themselves too and catch up. So that's where Leo is currently because she's trying to get better so that she can be worthy enough to travel with Ragna. So just remember, Leo's still there, so she'll make another appearance sometime. She's gotta. So now we're gonna get into the teleporting time. Everyone needs to go teleport. It's time to go fight some dragon ass. And Fu, the guy with the dragon arm, the one that can transform, he ends up going to do all the battling with everybody. The rest of his group wants him to stay behind, would do research on these teleportation things and whatever. I can't wait to see Fu in real action because we got to see his dragon arm before, and his other buddies were talking about, oh no, did he lose control? I want to see him lose control. I want to see how strong he actually gets. I want to see if it consumes more of his body because I really do kind of expect that. So I'm really excited to see Fu in action. So then eventually everyone else teleports. There's like 3 members of the Sun Cult all giving their life energy away so that they can go teleport. I thought that was pretty cool. Everyone's slowly dying. So that was just fun to watch, I guess. Now, they were given 3 minutes of time stopping something. Didn't make too much sense, but all we knew is that they're being teleported into a space that isn't allowing time to go through it. So I think that's why they were given a 3-minute thing because they can only last in this fight for 3 minutes. Not really sure, but that's what I'm thinking. Crimson joins in the fight too. He jumps into Golem. He turns into this fighter jet thing, and then Crimson joins, and then Chimera joins in also. So they're all there. Everyone's fighting. Altazoro transforms. We got to see him in a more of a dragon form. He looks badass. He was starting to look more badass when he was getting all those extra eyes, but now he looks even more. So that's really cool. Now, the biggest takeaway from this episode is Ragna meets up with the princess again. Princess explains that she's got a sword ready for Ragna, and it's basically the last of her life energy because she's poisoned, and it's because Ragna is in her proximity that she got super poisoned, and she's not going to make it. There's no way. I'll be surprised if she does. She's got to she's not, whatever. I don't expect her to live through this. So now it's time to fight Kamui. Awesome fight already. Like, we got to learn about his fang, his sword, and how it reacts to whoever's holding it. There was a writer's note at the end of the chapter. The writer was trying to explain that if a regular human were to have taken that sword, it would be just as sharp as a regular nail. So that's really interesting that they did explain that bit of information. So Kamui's transformed. Going to be an awesome episode next episode. And like I said, I read ahead a little bit. It was easy to read ahead because it was literally pure action. I don't think there's a single word spoken in that entire next chapter. It's going to be a great battle. I can't wait to see it animated. So I'm going to just leave it at that because I know we're all ready for the next episode. So I'll see you guys next weekend.